Alright.
So, I wrote this blog the other day. There's gonna be no rock and roll today, actually, gonna hear me talk. We're talking about giant spiders, and like it's totally possible that they might land on Earth, and like space works, and like all this crazy stuff nobody thinks about, but it's totally possible. The thought that we're the only intelligent life on the universe is totally oblivious and ridiculous. Absolute BS. A speck of dust in a million parsecs, so many lights a year is ridiculous, but anybody who looks at this knows I'm smart. But alright, let's think about this. You know, we sing some song where like giant spiders prepare, and a few others. There's a few maybe punk songs, or maybe they're a little metal. You know, like we sing songs like a lot of people, some people we sing acid bath songs if you know them, but they're not really about much about that. Bolt Thrower, you know, of course the Misfits, a bunch of those kind of bands, maybe even David Bowie if we want, you know. So we sing about these songs, but we all sing in complete confidence. Because like we totally got the idea that we listen to all these songs, we know all the lyrics. Some of us sing Iron Maiden, you know. I guess the more popular one I just found on Guitar Hero, which I totally hate Guitar Hero, by the way, because I have my reason. I can't play Guitar Hero, but that's not the reason. I can play guitar, but not Guitar Hero. But clouded thought. What we're saying is run to the hills, run for your fucking life, sort of thing. And we're totally about that. Like when you guys go run to the hills, man, us men are gonna man up, or like a few of us, we're just like totally, they're invading, man, and it's totally cool because we're all gonna die anyway, so we might as well pick up our guns and like blow away some crawling eyes and or like whatever ridiculous thing comes to Earth, some sort of bacteria, etc. It could be anything. And you know, by the way, let's get on to Jesus, man. I mean Joshua. I've been telling people when we get the Jesus thing, I'm like, you guys are totally wrong, but I bet if Jesus, because you're wrong, the Christians, and I'm not going to get in why they're all going to hell. But if Joshua comes back, he's going to be pissed. He might be pissed. So you guys remember that. And what is jumping around, Terry? You're like the where was I going? Giant spiders, which is. Yeah. And giant spiders preparing to like take over Earth and like spit out juices and like crawling eyes that spit and stuff like that. Which other organic life forms or bio-life forms in the universe is not possible. And like we never seen the dark side of the moon. I've seen some crazy pics on like YouTube videos, like the Germans were on the moons before us, before 45. If you know some history, we got the Steel Pact, which is when the Germans invaded Poland or something like that. It was called the Steel Pact. God, I'm jumping around here. They were invaded on September 2nd, and Germany the Soviets entered into the war on September 5th. Where am I going? But the war was completely ridiculous. Everybody was just all painstaking because they bombed Pearl Harbor. But let's look on an idealistic and a logical scale. If you were shipping materials and you claim to be neutral, like I want nothing to do with this, but you're shipping the materials and engines and raw ammunition, the lions and the tigers and the bears, oh my, sort of stuff. So you're sending these materials to out countries or people you're friend with, and this country over here and this axis is like fighting a war, and you're supplying your allies. So yeah, hell yeah, I'd bomb Pearl Harbor, man. You can't claim neutral and like claim yourself neutral and send materials like that. But what else I was gonna say about that? Like most people got this common error on how the war ended. I guess the A-bomb dropped, and they dropped 2 A-bombs. So the Germans supposedly genocide. I'm Jewish, so I'm not Jewish. The religion, I hate it. The Jewish religion. It's almost impossible to follow, by the way. So is true faith. That's why the Christians aren't right. But true faith, it's almost impossible to follow. Can't even drive a car. But let's get on. The Germans eradicated about 5 million Jews, and like so that we bombed these 2 cities, which is also a genocide. Same shit, different asshole. Oops, I'm in a coffee house, but I watch my language. Same shit, different asshole. So basically, people like us sitting in a coffee shop, and we're having coffee, and we're a bunch of kids, who knows what, kumbaya, and then all of a sudden, at 1 second, this bomb drops, and it eradicates about some odd civilians, No guns, of course, same thing. Like the Jews didn't have any guns. It actually, the Jew thing really started on the night of 10,000 mirrors, like windows breaking, over some sort of political guy got assassination. They blinded the Jews. Total irony. By the way, the Germans weren't really after Jews. They were actually worried about white supremacy. A common error is that the Germans were actually doing genetic cleansing because they thought the pure race, the Aryan race, and all that kumbaya. They thought there was some genetic impurities in the genetic table, so they were doing some sort of cleansing. And you should know there was a Nazi Socialist Party in America when that happened, and nothing came to them. So, tracking back, we bombed Nagasaki and Hiroshima, which are the same kind of guys as we are. And it was a genocide. So, and it's just not a matter about who died in the instant the bomb came off. There's been birth defects ever since then, and so it's killed another number of birth defects and SIDS. Who knows who's going on? A whole bunch of terrible things happened after the aftermath of the A-bombs dropping, which is actually, it was just an experiment. We call it like the war in Vietnam. Actually, let's clear that one up. The Vietnam was not a war, by the way. It was a conflict. We never declared war on Vietnam, and it's a wonder why none of our patrol boats were in the harbor anyways, because we had no business being there. And then this Iraq war, some people tell me that the Iraqi war, it's not, I don't think it's war. I don't believe we've ever we had a war with them, so I think it's a conflict. But we narrow this down in terms they're called conflicts and exercises. So we're going to Iraq, which, by the way, guys, we're never going to get out. And you should know this. And so, like, I think that's it. Spout out a little bit of me rambling off to the computer. Sorry about the jumping around. I didn't do a brain cloud to do this. But let's jump off. You know, we made a drink in Homer. You know, it's called the Axis of Evil. It was Jägermeister and sake. I think it's funny. Jägermeister, it's totally gross, but we did do it. And, so let's back off onto the track of giant monsters and stuff like that. Where is that going? Well, like, you guys can be like, run for your lives, and I don't know. I think I'm stopping here. Yeah, I think that about does it.